all I can add to that, to your brilliant exposition, is the French are completely conflicted with this problem, aren't they? They've learnt that the more people that cross the channel, the more money we're prepared to pay them. Olivia rightly mentioned the £500 million deal that Rishi Sunak signed this year, which is to be given to the French over a 3-year period. But that actually follows hot on the heels of us having paid £50 million 3 years ago, £50 million 2 years ago, £63 million last year, and the money just keeps going up. So from a French perspective, they've recognised and they've learned that the more people they send us, the more we'll pay them. They keep telling us that they've actually stopped boats on the beach, but we've seen footage, haven't we, of French police standing around doing nothing. And then we had absolutely clear indication of the French attitude on Sunday morning when that boat was launched. The people were rescued, but they didn't go back to France. They went in RNLI boats and a couple of British boats besides, back to the United Kingdom. That nothing here is working. But of course, the French and the EU are squarely responsible. The EU are responsible because Italy and Greece don't police their territorial waters. They don't use the UN Convention of Law of the Sea to push back the boats that try to enter Italy and Greece illegally. And the EU are responsible because they've got open borders right across the European Union. They've got the Schengen zone, which allows people to move freely. So once they arrive in Greece or Italy, they're straight on, to the extent that they wish to be, on the beaches of France. It's a complete fiasco. The only country that's got a grip of this is Poland, where you don't see any illegal migrants entering Poland, having entered through Italy, gone to Germany and then settled in Poland. And the reason they don't go to Poland is because Poland has a zero tolerance attitude to that kind of thing. And it doesn't have this silly, I was going to say stupid, generous attitude that we do. You know, we keep talking about deterrence being our formula for resisting these boats. But how can there be deterrence, Patrick, when we're spending over £50,000 a year per migrant and the French spend £5,000 a year on average? You know, we spend 10 times as much as the French. That's because we're 10 times as more welcoming, 10 times as more generous, 10 times as more protective. They're bound to also thing is a fiasco.
Also, as well, I mean, people actually drowning in the Channel is not a deterrent, right? So, you know, this idea that sending them to Rwanda or sticking them on a barge or putting them in a hotel or deporting some of them, which we're not going to do, would act as a deterrent. If they know that people who set off on the boat before them died and they are still willing to get on that boat and come, then the only deterrent, as far as I can tell, really, is to stop those boats taking off in the first place. That appears to be the only thing. But Ben, I don't know about you, but I'm a bit sick and tired of Britain copping it whenever anything like this happens. Yes, it is a tragedy. Yes, we have messed up. Yes, we haven't provided a deterrent, which does make it more likely for people to come. But the reality is, we do not treat them like the French. They're in squalid camps over there, disease-riddled camps, freezing in winter. The French treat them worse. It is not all Britain's fault that people are dying in the Channel. And it's an uncomfortable thing to say, Ben, but I think it's very patronising to these people who get on these boats to assume that they have no idea of the dangers that lie ahead of them. They do make a conscious decision to get on boats and go across the busiest shipping lane in the world. And I think they know the risks sometimes.
I'm sure they know the risks, and I think we've got to stop infantilizing people and assuming that we know better than they do in the protection of their interests. If they take that decision, if they pay money to smugglers to put them on a boat and put them in harm's way, actually, they have to be responsible for the risks they've taken. It's not for the United Kingdom to step in and protect them against themselves. They've gone there. France is a safe country. I keep saying this. France is a safe country. Yes, it's mean as muck, and they don't spend anywhere near as much money on migration as we do, housing migrants as we do, caring for them, feeding them, and so on. But France is a safe country, and it is our generosity. It's the fact that we are such a great nation, that we are so welcoming, that's now causing trouble for us. And we need to develop political will. Rishi Sunak needs to stop sucking up to Macron, stop handing over parts of the United Kingdom to the European Union as he did with Northern Ireland. Stop handing over fishing licenses willy-nilly to French fishermen and start standing up for British interests. And we've got to use the UN Convention of the Law of the Sea to push back the boats, as the Australians did. It was called Operation Sovereign Borders. We should institute exactly the same program. It would have to be done so in a slightly different way, but the boats have to be pushed back. And when we start pushing the boats back successfully, they will stop coming. And when they stop coming, people will be much safer. Indeed, France may see less illegal migration into France if we can sort the problem out across the Channel. You might see a de-escalation right across Europe.